I like to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'm going to go into the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, the first verse. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. So being out in the highways and byways, this word is ultimately going out unto the children of Israel, being the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. And what we're doing, we're giving out that warning according to the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, the first verse, second verse, according to the book of Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, the 17th verse. We're giving out that warning unto the Lord's people that what? You know, the Lord is about to bring the sword, famine, death, and destruction unto the world, right? Also going into the book of Isaiah 58:1. Right? It says, cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression. Right? So we out there for the children of Israel. The nations are witness to this word being preached. Right? So it's like when you go to court. Let's say if you got a guy who committed an act, a criminal act, right? Or a guy that's innocent, because you can have a defense attorney, right? You can have somebody who can come to your defense. A lawyer comes to your defense, right? Or you can have a state attorney, or however that works exactly. But the lawyer is to come to your defense, right? So when you go to court for whatever you go into court for, let's just say if you have gotten locked up and you didn't commit the crime, right? And there's a witness to testify to say, yeah, he didn't commit the crime. That's what the witness is there for. So the nations are a witness to prophets teaching this word unto the children of Israel. That's all they are, is a witness. They're not the chosen people, right? The nations outside of the children of Israel, they're not the chosen people, right? They just a witness. So if you understand what I'm saying, they just a witness, as if they were a witness in court to this word being preached unto the children of Israel. And Israel can be considered innocent and or guilty. Either way, it doesn't matter. This word is going out unto them. So it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Is Exodus 3 and 10, or the 2nd chapter of Deuteronomy, right? I mean, the 2nd chapter of Exodus, right? Going into Matthews 2 and 6. You know, the Lord said, he told Moses, what? Go into the Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go, right? Matthews 2 and 6 said, there shall be a governor that shall rule my people Israel. That shall rule my people Israel, right? And out of the elect are Israelites. I believe that's going into the book of Revelations. I want to say, is that the 7th chapter? Where it says, there shall be nations and tongues that shall come out of the nations. Well, who is it talking about? It's talking about the Israelites, the scattered Israelites that's all over the world, right? That's in these different countries, regions, lands, whatever. That's going to come out. That's the 1/3, the elect, right? So this is all about Israel. This is all about the Lord's people. This is all about the Lord's chosen people. And we're out there to give that warning unto his people. So it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper for they are faithful and true. So these words are faithful and true. There's no guile, there's no lie within them. That's why the scriptures tell you that there will be no guile found in our mouths. Why? Because we're just speaking these words. We're not coming out of our own mind with a bunch of crap, with a bunch of bull. We're just speaking these words, the truth. Whether if you like it or not, what if you come against it, what if you hate it, we're speaking these words regardless, because it is in our spirit to do so. It is in the Lord's will for us to go out in the highways and the byways and speak these words. So it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right? So this is the warning. The warning is that the Lord is going to bring the sword, famine, death, and destruction upon the world. So if you're not taking that warning, then you're going to get caught up in these things. That's the book of Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, the 31st or 33rd chapter. Right? The scripture says, warn them that the sword cometh, to roughly paraphrase it. So we're giving out that warning. We letting you know that the Lord is about to bring hell upon the earth. You think you're going through something right now? Wait until these lights. Wait until these lights shut off. Wait until the lights shut off. Right? Wait until the lights shut off. Wait until you're not able to access the money out of your bank accounts. Because look what's going on right now with the banks. The banks are going bankrupt. They're having troubles with Bank of America and Chase, where people money it's just randomly coming up missing. They're not getting refunded for the money that's coming up missing, because the banks were saying that the money never even existed. Right? People, some people were having problems even pulling the money out if they did have money in the bank. Right? That's some troublesome time. Just imagine having, let's say, 15 to 20 grand in the bank. You know, this is your emergency funding. This is what you're going to use to pay these bills off. Right? Pay these bills off if you run into some problems. And then go to the bank or to go into your account to withdraw some money, and it's not there anymore. Just imagine that, man. Hey, people are roll off their damn couches or roll off their beds and pass the hell out, man. Because you done worked for 25, 30 years to save that amount of money or more, to find out that the money that you had within Chase Bank or within Bank of America is now gone. And then they're telling you that it never existed. That happened to a lady just recently. All her money just came up missing. They didn't know what happened. They don't know if the money even existed. She had like, I think 30 or 40 grand within the bank that just vanished. Right? That's hell right there, man. And more that is going to take place. More that's going to come. Right? So the Lord put the Spirit upon us to give Israel warning that hell is approaching. Right? That the sword, famine, death, and destruction is approaching. Now the Lord is taking life on a day-to-day basis. The Lord doeth forth show his judgment every morning. Somebody is always, somebody every day is getting put to death. Whether child, whether grandma, whether grandpa, whether uncle, whether brother, whether sister. And he not just putting them to death for any cause. He putting them to death because of the wickedness that they have committed, either in this life or their past lives. That's just the power and the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Going back into the blind man, right? They asked, the disciples asked whether or not he was blind, right? Because of the sins of his parents, or because of his sins in his past life. And this man was born blind. And so they understood reincarnation. The Lord said, look, this is the power of my Father. Regardless of whether whom or who committed sin, this is the power of my Father. Right? So judgment is going out every day. And if you're not paying attention, and if you're not watching these things and understanding what the Bible is really talking about, then guess what? You're going to get caught up in the evils to come. You're going to get caught up in the hells to come. Right? And bad times are approaching. There's consistent videos going out. Consistent videos going out on the times that's going to put you people through a lot of hell. And I believe, and this is just my, personal opinion, and because I was also, looking at when the whole C-19 happened, but that could be a possibly, if they pass this bill, right, where people will work only 4 days out of the week instead of 5 days out of the week. Look, domestic violence could possibly go up again during that period of time. But that's my own personal opinion, because when you had to stay home during the C-19, domestic violence went up like crazy. And the 4-day work week, yeah, it's definitely a benefit, because it allows people to spend time with their kids, spend time with each other, and do things. But people are so grounded in the 5-day work week and the 9 to 5, right? 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And some people get up a lot earlier than that, as I am right now. 5:38 right now, or something like that, 5:35 or whatever. So some people are used to the 5-day work week, but they're gonna take that away. So a lot of you guys is gonna have to be around your woman a lot more, man. Right? When they pass that bill, right? And it's gonna happen. They're gonna pass that bill, man, because there's already senators and a lot of people in power positions that's agreeing with the 4-day work week. And the day that you don't work, you would get paid for the day that you don't work. That's crazy. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought that something like that could possibly happen, to where you get paid for a day not worked, and you're not going to be working no 10-hour day. You're going to be working an 8-hour day. It's an 8-hour day, and you're going to get paid for the day not worked. And after the 32 hours of work, if you're working beyond that 32 hours, would be considered overtime. Companies are not going to want to pay that, man. After 32 hours, you in overtime? Right? There's already corporations, there's already businesses, and there's a lot of businesses that have already brought and implemented the 4-day work week. When a bill passed, the bill is going to be a law. The law is going to require businesses to have you work a 4-day work week, man. So it could be a benefit, or it could be something negative. But so far, according to these businesses that have set up the 4-day work week, it's been a positive. People are really working less, right? So when this is really implemented, we'll really see what's going to take effect. In my opinion, it could possibly rack up domestic violence. But we'll see. I'm not saying that's something that's going to happen. I'm saying that's something that could possibly happen. Right? So it says, 2 Ezra 15:5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Well, that's going into the book of Genesis 6:5, man, because wickedness, it says, for the thoughts of their imagination were evil continually, man. Wickedness was exceedingly polluted also during that period of time. That's why the Lord flooded the whole earth. So wickedness is at an all-time peak here in America, because something that they didn't have in the ancient world was something like cosmetic surgery or sex change surgeries. So now these people can get surgery done where they can have sex changes, man. And now you got this the LMNOP. Salakia, man. I heard a guy say this on YouTube one time. He said, you got the LMNOP community now. Right? But you got, the alphabet community, like right along with the what's that, the them, the they, the them, they, he, him, her community as well. A lot of confusion, but the scriptures tell you that, man. It's prophesied that there shall be great confusion in the earth, right? So wickedness have really exceedingly polluted itself. Women on podcasts talking about they got 60 bodies, they got 80 bodies, 100 bodies, to 300 bodies, and all of that madness. You got women who are corn stars that think that it's okay for them to be corn stars, man. Women that are have only the OnlyFans, who think that that's okay. So the wickedness the wickedness is exceedingly polluted here in the earth, man. Right? So it says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they have profanely committed, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. But other than that, I like to say shalom.